Welcome to another intriguing episode of NC Trends. My name is Blessings Mosugu. Now, internet fraudsters might want to have a rethink as a Federal Executive Council on Wednesday gave approval for the procurement of telecommunication equipment that will be used to detect and block fraudsters using different SIM cards. Now, this is to support the country in addressing challenges of insecurity. The Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, disclosed this while briefing State House correspondents at the end of a virtual council meeting presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Now, Pantami explained that the deployment of a system would help to monitor, detect, and block SIM cards, thereby fighting what he called voice traffic termination fraud. Nigerians may say this is a problem we didn't know we had, seeing how we should have been more focused on other things instead of fighting SIM card fraud. But let's see some reactions. The first person, Shoik XY, says, the money alone to buy the equipment is enough to create some empowerment for the youth, which is true. The second person, Dart Part, says, this is not even possible. If it was, countries like US, UK, and other powerful nations would have ended fraud. This is another avenue to steal from public funds. There is no such equipment. And another person says, I hope it detects those fraudulent politicians also because it's useless if it doesn't. Shots fired. Okay, now on to the next thing. Barbie Kyagulanyi, the wife of Ugandan politician and singer Robert Kyagulanyi, also known as Bobi Wine, has just graduated with a master's degree in human rights from the University of London. Interesting course of study, I must say. Now, the mother of four has been vocal on issues pertaining to human rights, youth empowerment, and abuse against the girl child through her Caring Heart Uganda organization, which seeks to empower youth, especially teenage mothers, to move past the horrors of young motherhood and establish themselves. Let's see some reactions trailing this. Ismail says, congratulations to Barbie Itungo, a first lady who actually went to school. You just love to see it. Another person, Gen Activist, says, Uganda finally gets a learned first lady. Congratulations. By the way, she's not actually the first lady, but I think they're driving this agenda. You know what I'm saying? And then another person, David Lewis, says, congratulations to our first lady, Barbie Itungo, who graduated yesterday with a master's degree in international human rights from the University of London in the UK. Thank you for continuing to be a great inspiration to all women and girls in Uganda and beyond. Aluta continua. Now, talking about human rights, today the world celebrates Human Rights Day. Human Rights Day is observed every year on December 10th to honor the day in 1948 when the United Nations General Assembly adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The UDHR is a document which proclaims the inalienable right that everyone is entitled to as a human being, irrespective of their gender, their language, religion, race, color, national or social origin, political or other opinions, among other status. Now, this year's theme for Human Rights Day is equality, reducing inequalities, advancing human rights. The theme is related to Article 1 of the UDHR, which states that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. Let's take a look at some reactions trailing this. Ashok Getlo says, on hashtag Human Rights Day, let us reaffirm our commitments towards protecting the human rights of all. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. For protection of human rights, it is important to end inequality and discrimination. I mean, what's Human Rights Day without protecting the actual human rights? Another person, Damandera Pradhan, says, all human beings are born free and equal. On this Human Rights Day, let us pledge to stand up for human rights and protect the rights and freedom of our fellow citizens. And the last person, Amnesty International, says, you have the right to life, you have the right to rest, you have the right to privacy, you have the right to education, and you have the right to seek asylum. These and more are our fundamental human rights. Happy Human Rights Day. Once again, happy Human Rights Day. And just like former South African President Nelson Mandela said, to deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. And this is where we draw the curtain on today's episode. Thank you for joining us, for following at News Central TV across all our social media platforms, and for subscribing to our YouTube channel. Have a fantastic weekend.